Welcome to our next From Months to Minutes demo series. If you're joining us for the first time at this point, we also have a video introduction to Student Success Analytics Cloud and our other module videos to view on demand. In this demo, we're going to share our financial aid solution with application fraud detection. This solution has its genesis in helping California community colleges address a critical need to better understand the financial aid application processing and awarding activities. The California funding formula provides incentives for institutions to better support underserved students and increase diversity, equity, and inclusion. Many of the metrics and strategies for processing student aid are applicable across higher education, regardless of your institution type or location. If you're just joining us and haven't seen the previous introduction video, there are 3 key messages we want to share. The cloud has brought data integration nightmare to institutions and making it more difficult to view data in one place and analyze it comprehensively for greater understanding and better decision-making. Our integrated cloud platform design solves this problem while letting you start small and grow module by module. This approach is better and cheaper than buying analytics from each software or cloud system provider who care really only about their data and don't share that data across the student lifecycle. You need an integrated view in one environment. It's like what's been happening recently with cable unbundling and having 5 or even 10 different streaming services and all of the costs that involves, and not knowing for sure where your favorite program is or if it moved to a different service. Having all of your content in one place is much more convenient and easier to find and use. Second, analytics must serve multiple audiences to be useful. There is no one-size-fits-all view of data. We have high-level summary dashboards providing status and progress on key metrics aligned with strategic plans that leadership cares about. And our operational dashboards and detailed report pages are useful for departmental users by supporting functional processes so they can do their jobs better. Lastly, it must be secure and easy to implement with minimal impact on IT. They are already overwhelmed and would prefer to have less to worry about, not more. With our implementation approach, we manage all of the infrastructure. Even better, instead of us dumping the work onto IT to get data from various systems, we flip the script and provide you with the queries to run. We know what is needed and where it lives in the various systems. When you have new definitions or metrics, for example, underserved student, or your information system provider makes changes to source data structures, we give you the updated queries that you need using our Cloud Data Connector tool. Here are some of the capabilities that we will highlight in the demo to help you understand how the solution works and how it supports your operational and strategic goals. There are many other business questions that can be answered from the data and the dashboards that we'll see today. In our demo, the data you will see is generated, but it is realistic. Your institutional metrics and definitions are applied during the implementation process to support your goals. We'll cover a number of scenarios of how you use the data to achieve your business outcomes and tailor it for your specific business needs.
We will start with an overview of our strategic leadership dashboard for financial aid and then move on to a demonstration of our operational dashboard. This dashboard is targeted to focus on the strategic objectives at your institution. It's important to note that while this system is built on a standard infrastructure, GCOM will work with your institution to tailor the dashboards and areas of focus to match your strategic directives. The financial aid dashboard provides insight into your institution's current progress toward goals and displays trends in your data over time. On the left side of the screen, you will see key performance indicators focused on the current aid year with a comparison to the prior year. Going across each section, we have 3-year trends over time and breakdowns of the current year in certain areas of focus. The dashboard is broken into 3 key areas: productivity, affordability, and access. The productivity panel focuses on metrics of application volume, processing, and awarding in your financial aid office. For many of our clients, detecting fraudulent aid applications has become an increasingly large part of their responsibilities. Key performance indicators for productivity track both the volume of students awarded aid compared to the prior year and the number of fraudulent applications detected using our solutions integrated fraud model and confirmed by financial aid staff. Metrics focused on the amount of time to award FA applicants can help leaders monitor productivity and ensure efficient service. Understanding the gap between students awarded and receiving aid can show where staff are expending effort awarding students who do not ultimately accept the package. Reviewing the missing documents can help identify requirements that could be changed to remove barriers to application completion. The affordability panel focuses on how well your institution's financial aid awarding is addressing student need. These metrics visualize trends in net cost, unmet need, and student borrowing. If your institution has specific goals for unmet need, we can integrate those into the dashboard for monitoring progress. The Access section is tailored to focus on your institution's strategic equity and inclusion priorities. Leaders can monitor progress toward awarding goals for underrepresented groups and view trends in awarding for your incoming student population. For example, our breakdown of awarding rates by race and ethnicity can illustrate whether your FA awarding efforts align with institutional priorities related to equity. You can use insights from these metrics to plan outreach efforts focused on underserved populations. The dashboard is configured with filters across the top that let you focus on different college areas and groups of students. For example, if you receive a request for information from your accounting program, you can always focus in on their area and share the view of the data with the dean or chair. When viewing the strategic dashboard, leaders may have specific questions or find areas where they want staff to take action. Perhaps the time to award is increasing, or you have not met the institutional goals related to awarding or unmet need. Leaders can direct those questions to the operational team in financial aid to answer with their more detailed dashboard. The operational dashboard, which we will view next, allows staff to take action and focus on student-level aid data. The SSA Cloud Financial Aid Dashboard is designed to serve analytical and operational audiences, providing data at a summary level and supporting interactive drilling to student-level details. The main landing page contains a high-level set of metrics and visualizations for monitoring the three main parts of the financial aid cycle: applications and ICERs, processing, and awarding. In addition to the current year values across the top, each with a rate of change or comparison to the prior year, there are 3 years of data provided for comparison and monitoring progress below the key metrics. The bottom section of the dashboard focuses on attributes and goals for the current aid year and includes an analysis of ICER volume and FA transmittals over time. The entire dashboard can be filtered using the filter bar across the top to focus the analysis on different populations important for awarding. The dashboard supports a drill to details workflow that lets staff view the individual records that make up the summarized trends. The detailed pages for students, incomplete checklist items, student awards, student AR balances, and fraud detection help staff view different aspects of the aid records for individual students and awards. The dashboard metrics and layouts are provided out of the box. GCOM will work with each client to configure their dashboard by confirming the mapping of status values, student populations, and awards that are to be selected to comprise a handful of institutional specific values. Now let's walk through use of the dashboard in several practical applications. We can use the dashboard to quickly identify students that are stuck in the application process to take action to move the applications to a complete status for packaging. From our main summary page, we can see that 265 students have ICERs with comment codes for the current year. The bar charts are broken down by new and returning student status. If we are currently packaging new students, we can select this group and drill through to the student details page to get more information on the applicants and the comment codes. Our student details page allows us to use filters to select the specific ICE or C flags we want to work with, or to focus on segments of the population. The student level details on this page allow you to quickly identify individual applications that require action to move them through the process. If the resolution requires additional information from the student, you can export the contact information in the student details table to Excel to create a list for communication. As we return to our summary page, we can focus on a different group for analysis. We will focus on those students with an incomplete file for processing. The incomplete items chart at the bottom of the application section allows us to select a group of interest and view their details on their incomplete items. We will focus on students still needing to complete required documents. As we drill through to the incomplete checklist items page, we see the incomplete items selected for the specific award year and any other characteristics that we had selected in the story filters. We can analyze the types of documents missing for these students and view the missing documents for individual students. After exploring the specific documents that are missing in the table, we decide to focus on students who are missing high school transcripts. We can filter our dashboard to show only students missing high school transcripts, and then we can move to the student details page to get a better understanding of areas where our transcripts are missing. Are transcripts delayed in an area, and is that delay expected, or are these students from another geographic region and on a different semester cycle? On the student details table, we can use the contact information to create a communication or campaign to follow up specifically with those that may need additional prodding, such as new students who are attending for the first time and may not have the same awareness of the process or requirements and need additional support. After applying the filters, we can see the student details in the table. As we return to the summary page, we can see other applications of the drilled to details behavior in the processing section. For example, we see a handful of students with complete applications who have not yet been packaged. This is the pool of greatest opportunity to keep moving through the process. We can select the complete not awarded students for 2021 and drill through to the student details. We may have a scholarship to award students with particular characteristics, and we want to filter the group to identify potential recipients. We will focus on our underrepresented students by selecting this group in the filter, and identify students with the greatest need by sorting the table by unmet need amounts. In this case, we may want to focus on an individual ethnic group, but we see that information is not available in the table. We can use the Explorer mode of our tool to quickly add a column to the table for ad hoc analysis. This gives us the flexibility to add the ethnic column without needing to change the original table. From here, we can apply additional filters or add other information to identify students for awarding. The Data Explorer supports ad hoc requests and allows you to easily explore the underlying data for better understanding. In this mode, we can start with the delivered charts and tables and make adjustments to add different data elements. Changes made in the Data Explorer mode do not impact the delivered dashboard, but can be saved for the individual user. This powerful tool extends the use of the dashboard to support additional analysis and data requests. There are many ways to work with the data. In these examples, we have started on the summary page and drilled through to specific populations. We could also start our analysis right from the detail pages. For example, we could start from the Student Awards page to analyze our awarding and view individual student awards. On this page, we can drill into our award hierarchy or use filters to focus on an award category or individual award. We can answer questions about the number of students receiving an award, the amounts awarded, and the amounts transmitted. If we wanted to take action on a specific group, such as students accepting external scholarships, we can easily drill into the student details. You have the choice depending on your preferred way of analyzing and taking action. As we approach registration for the upcoming term, we want to work with students who have accounts receivable issues that will prevent them from registering. The students who have outstanding balances and unmet need are at risk of not returning. If we can identify students with an AR balance, we can analyze their current awarding to determine whether we can offer additional assistance. Starting on the Student AR Balances page, we can view students who have an AR balance preventing registration. With registration for our senior class starting first, we can focus on this population to help remove the barriers to registration. We could select the population of students with AR balances who have not submitted a FAFSA and encourage them to apply for aid. Or we could use the Students Balance filter to review the award packages for students with balances to identify opportunities to offer additional assistance. These efforts can help the institution retain returning students. With fraud on the rise, particularly with bad actors impersonating online students or taking advantage of open access, financial aid staff at institutions face increasing responsibility for fraud detection. Our fraud model uses machine learning to help identify potentially fraudulent applications so financial aid staff can focus efforts on suspected cases rather than having to manually review every application. The fraud dashboard helps financial aid staff understand patterns in fraudulent applications and manage potentially fraudulent cases. On the left, we display the factors influencing the fraud probability for the selected group of students and show trends in identified cases over time. In each implementation, we train the model to identify characteristics relevant to each institution's profile. In this case, we see state is one of the top factors influencing the fraud score for these students. For many community colleges, most applications tend to be in-state. So taken together with the other factors, out-of-state applications contribute to a total probability of a particular application being potentially fraudulent. When viewing the factors that influence the probability of fraud for each student, the red bars indicate that factor's contribution to the probability score, and the green bars subtract from the probability score. The potentially fraudulent applications list allows staff to investigate these potential fraud cases by various means, including requesting additional verification of identity. I hope these scenarios gave you some ideas of how you could use the dashboard as part of your awarding process to identify students for outreach and analyze trends to take action with your data.
We want to leave you with this thought. The best recommendation is from a client. Our solutions have made an important impact for College of the Canyons. To get more information and have a detailed discussion on how this solution could help your institution, contact us on our website contact page. Thank you for watching. The next demo in the student lifecycle for our Months to Minutes demo series is enrollment. It is available in the same channel and location where you accessed this recording.